Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be talking about something that Rockstar can do in Grand Theft Auto Online, basically until the very end. And we don't know when the end of Grand Theft Auto Online is going to be. That's something we've talked about in previous videos, what Rockstar's plans are, when they'll likely be shutting it down. But at least so far in what they've told us this year, there's really no indications for that. In fact, 2020 looks like it could be one of the biggest years for GTA Online, at least recently. But we did get some interesting information the other day from insider Tez Funds too, and it regards the Lucky Wheel, which Rockstar introduced almost a year ago in the July update, the Diamond Casino and Resort. And since that update, Rockstar, every single week or every single time there's a new event week, has put a new vehicle on the podium for players to win for free. So anyways, here's what Insider Test Funds 2 had to say on Twitter the other day. He said there are enough super and sports cars in hashtag GTA Online that Rockstar can feature a new car on the casino podium for the next 2 years. If we take all cars into account, they can feature a new car on the podium for the next 5 years. Enough to not recycle previous podium cars. Okay, so the sheer scale of that is insane. And it's not because Grand Theft Auto Online has a ton of supercars and sports cars. I mean, it definitely has a lot. But if you think about it, the Lucky Wheel only updates 4 times per month if there's 4 event weeks. Sometimes on a rare occasion, there will be 5. So if we take into account there's 12 months per year times 4, that means that roughly 48, let's just call it 50 vehicles are featured on the podium every single year, because sometimes Rockstar will do an event week where, they have one vehicle for the first part and then another vehicle for the second part. We saw them do this over the Christmas holiday season in 2019. So let's just, for the sake of things, call it 50. We only get 50 vehicles per year. That's not a lot in the grand scheme of things, considering we have 337 vehicles in online. And remember, only 38 have been added to the Lucky Wheel so far. So that means we have about 299 vehicles left. So Insider Test Funds 2 is right, that if Rockstar essentially feature 50 cars per year, it'll take them 5 to 6 years to get through all of them. However, as you guys know, Rockstar doesn't just feature every single vehicle on the podium. Some of them don't make sense logistically, and some of them don't make sense just in common sense. Like, for example, you wouldn't have an 18-wheeler on the Lucky Wheel or a cement truck. Like, that doesn't fit the vibe of a casino in real life or in Grand Theft Auto Online. So you can eliminate some of the cars there, and I don't know if you can only eliminate supercars and sports cars, because Rockstar have featured other vehicles in the past, especially newer cars like motorcycles and even sedans have been featured on there. I think there's also been a couple of muscle cars too with the gauntlets that were recently introduced. So it's not exclusive to supercars and sports cars, but still, if Rockstar were to just feature those 2 categories of vehicles, super and sports, they would last for the next 2 years. So basically, think until 2022 before we would run out of really usable vehicles that Rockstar could introduce on the Lucky Wheel. How crazy is that? Now, some follow-ups to his original post. Joel Lopez says, I want the very last car featured on the Lucky Wheel to be the adder, the original symbol of wealth. And Insider Tez Funds 2 said, in before we get a chrome adder with dollar wheels. That would actually be hysterical. And it would kind of make sense if Rockstar did that, because recently they've been like customizing the cars on the Lucky Wheel. They've been putting like liveries and whatnot on them and changing the colors. So it wouldn't be totally shocking if that's something Rockstar did. For those of you guys that weren't around in like 2013, 2014, the adder was the most expensive supercar in the game, most expensive vehicle in the game. And it was like the symbol of wealth. If you had like an adder, you were like loaded. And for whatever reason, people would always put these like dollar rims on there. I guess because they could, or they felt like it looked silly, or maybe it just became a meme. I don't know. But a lot of people did that. And it kind of became like the symbol of, hey, that's a rich guy in Grand Theft Auto Online. And Clancy V. Lloyd brings up another good point. He says, and hopefully by that time, we won't care, as GTA 6 will be out. And TezFun2 simply said, exactly. So I'm guessing that's what Rockstar is going for here, is they have so many cars, but it will probably never reach a point where we'll really care. And it also goes back to another subject I've talked about, is what is Rockstar going to do with Grand Theft Auto Online when GTA 6 is out? Are they going to continue to update Grand Theft Auto Online? And if that's the case, they'll probably continue to update the Lucky Wheel. Is Grand Theft Auto Online going to stop altogether when GTA 6 comes out? So there's likely no way they make it through all the podium cars regardless. It is something interesting to think about. Now, at least in the present time being, how is Rockstar going to handle this, even after we get outside of updates that don't revolve around the casino? Because I'm sure the next update, or maybe even the one after that or after that, is not going to involve the Diamond Casino and Resort in some way, shape, or form. I just feel like Rockstar has to change it up a little bit. And if that's the case, is the Lucky Wheel still going to get updated? And I would say the answer is yes. I think the Lucky Wheel has become such a successful part of Grand Theft Auto Online that even if the next update isn't about the casino, it's still going to be featured. And the reason I say that is because I just believe it's become so popular with the fan base to log on every single week and day and have the opportunity to win a car for free. In fact, I think it will be as common as the premium races and the time trials, how they're updated every single week. And unlike the premium races and the time trial that I think at this point have started to repeat at least like 5 to 10 times over the last couple of years, there is no chance that the Lucky Wheel cars are going to repeat just because of simply how many there are in the game. So yes, I believe that every single week we will continue to get new Lucky Wheel cars to the end of Grand Theft Auto Online, whenever that is going to be. And then even after Grand Theft Auto Online stops or slows down or we move on to GTA 6, there's a chance that Rockstar just keeps updating it for the players that still play because it's something they can easily do with background updates. And sort of speaking of that, in case you guys are wondering which vehicles we have left on the podium, remember Rockstar can update them at any time. We have 10 vehicles left. We have the VSTR, the Shotaro, the Zion Classic, the JB700W, and the R88 open wheel vehicle. Those were the current ones. And then a couple of days ago, Rockstar also introduced the Sultan Classic, the Reaper, the Tempesta, Pariah, and the Deluxo. So again, we now have 10 vehicles, 11 vehicles if you include the SADRR supercar, which has been on the list since day one, but Rockstar has never released it. So I'm not sure what they're waiting for. Maybe they're just thinking to themselves, we're not going to do this. We don't really care about it, so we're not going to, release it. I don't really know at this point. But yes, right now we have 10 vehicles available. And it's likely that that list will also get updated whenever a new DLC arrives or if Rockstar simply run out of cars and the next update isn't here. Hopefully that's not the case because I would hate to wait 10 more weeks to another update. So hopefully Rockstar just introduce some new cars when the new update arrives and the list will continue. And that's another thing to talk about, is that list of cars is probably going to grow every single update because Rockstar like to put their newest, latest, and greatest DLC cars on the podium. And so that number we talked about earlier, only having 299 vehicles, that's probably going to increase to like 308 or 309 when the next update comes out because Rockstar will add new cars that'll be added to the list. So honestly, it's kind of an indefinitely growing list of vehicles that Rockstar can add here. In fact, if they continue to keep updating online, they'll like always stay above 300 vehicles. Again, it's a really weird like Inception-like cycle. Will we make it to GTA 6? Will Rockstar end Grand Theft Auto Online before then? It's crazy to think about, but just know that there's never going to be a time where you see the same vehicle on the Lucky Wheel unless Rockstar wants to do it intentionally. And the only way I could see them doing it intentionally is if we, overlap a holiday. Like, for example, if Rockstar does something special for 4th of July or Halloween, there's only so many of those vehicles in the game, or even Christmas for that matter. So that's really the only time I could see that. But other than that, it's going to be a new car every single week. And honestly, that's really cool to think about. But anyways, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. What do you think of Rockstar's ability to update the Lucky Wheel every single day with a brand new car for like the next 5 or 6 years. How insane do you think that is? And also, what vehicle would you like to see added to the Lucky Wheel podium that's not on there yet? Let us know your thoughts, opinions more in the comments down below. We'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.